But driver license is an issue that has been a passion for me because many people that I talk with have suffered, or they, when I do presentations with day laborers, that's the biggest issue. In any other place, the Latino community especially, driver license is the issue. So what we need to do is to pass the driver licenses. What is the current state of the driver license? So, driver license, we are dividing this topic in two issues, okay, or two strategies. One, driver license for undocumented people, and two, driver license for people who are documented, but because of the decision of the governor in 2010, they cannot access the driver license, which will be the employment work authorization. I'm going to request Joseph to talk a little bit of that in particular issue, because we are another strategy that we are going to push with, we don't need a legislation from the General Assembly. We need different kind of meetings and strategies. So Joseph, if you can develop a little bit.
Sure. Well, essentially, I'm not sure how much you all know about the employment authorization documents, but it's a different way of saying deferred action, essentially. And there's different ways of having employment authorization documents. There's T visas, there's U visas. But essentially, the problem that's happening right now in Virginia is that in 1 year, I don't remember when it changed, but years ago, employment authorization documents were proof of legal presence, which is what's needed to obtain a driver's license. What ended up happening is, overnight, actually, and quietly, the rules were changed. And it said that DMV is no longer going to see employment authorization documents as proof of legal presence, and therefore, they're not able to get driver's licenses. So these group of people who have deferred action, who are essentially waiting to just get the confirmation of it. So they're waiting in line because of the immigration backlog. They have the deferred action because of the employment. They have all the documents they need that says, look, you've been approved for deferred action. Wait until we provide you with the actual confirmation of it. But that alone isn't enough. The employment authorization documents now is no longer enough to prove legal presence, and therefore they're not able to obtain a driver's license, which, as you all know, is crucial to anything, whether it's access to health care, employment. And an employment authorization document, what it does is give you just that. It authorizes you to work. So how, if you're allowed to work, are you not able to drive to work? And that's the issue that's going on. Do you want me to go a little bit more into specifics? I
think that's plenty so people can understand that we are putting in place two different strategies. So 2010 was the case of a drunk driver who killed 2 nuns. And that's why Cuccinelli and McDonald, I'm forgetting even his name of the former governor. But they enacted this, or they passed an opinion that they should no longer the work authorization is a proof of legal presence in Virginia. So since then, they cannot get driver's license. The same TPS. So there are thousands of people being affected because of that decision. So we need to address that issue through another advocacy. So Joseph is holding conference calls, so we are going to update more about it. But the issue that we definitely need to push is, to be honest only, is the undocumented. That's the hardest one. So we need to pass legislation in the General Assembly. Why? Because in 2003, Dave Albo introduced a bill to make requirements. People who want to have driver's license have to have legal documentation. Okay, so this is a law. So it passed the General Assembly. We cannot do anything through the Attorney General or the Commissioner, so we need to pass another law.